guys. I'm back again. This is a retake because I started the first time, but I'm gonna do it again. But I done got up and I just decided to do a zodiac sign questionnaire that I never done on my YouTube, and this will be my first time. But I found it on the OdessaOnline.com, and the title is 23 burning questions we have for the Taurians in our lives, answered by a Taurian. So y'all gonna get my honest opinion, and y'all know I'm gonna stumble over things, I'm gonna stumble over words, and I know y'all probably already used to this by now, but I'm finna begin.
If you could ask the Taurus one question, what would it be?
And y'all, that's Mr. Edwards on my other phone reading out the questions to me. If it's not about financial, family, and happiness, okay, next question.
If I had to guess, that's things from my lack of trusting people, which is another common Taurus characteristic.
Okay. Well, for me, even though I don't put my personal life out here, but I have been hurt a lot. And for my trust, once you abuse my trust, I'm going to push you away. And that's just my answer. So some of these answers, some of these Taurians, for the men and the women, some of y'all will agree, some of y'all will disagree, some of y'all answers will be different. But that is my answers. Trust is something that I really deeply adore and honor, but I have got untrusted in a lot of areas. Next question.
Stewie? Steve? How can I help you? This is a fun twist. Who else? Percy? Hey, guys. Professor? Help! I'm trapped in some sort of tile.
The next question is,
electricity hadn't been running in the house for weeks. Maybe it was battery powered. There was a generator I didn't know about.
Mr. Edwards, what happened to you? Where did you go to?
Some kind of VHS tape. I haven't seen one of those since I was real little.
You want me to read the question out then? Since sorry guys, we having volume difficulty. It's something wrong with your volume. But I'm going to read it out since they can't hear you. Okay, come on so you can read the next question.
I'm definitely guilty of
I can barely hear you.
Here,
I can barely hear you, but come on.
I'm definitely guilty of trying to program her and tries around life.
I am definitely guilty of trying to throw glamour and what did you say? Is it my phone or your phone? Okay, so what was it? I mean, I could barely hear you even reading it. So I'm probably going to have to read it myself so I can hear you. Is it mine?
It's because I can get everything over there.
Okay, go ahead. Now read it.
I'm definitely guilty of trying to throw glamour and prior achievements around like confetti. Confetti, I mean.
That answer right there is a tough one for me because I really wouldn't know what to say. But, well, my answer would be, if it's not the way I want it to be, then I'm not going to put nothing together. Now that's my answer. The next one.
No one wants their efforts to go unappreciated in any sense, especially if they're proud of their outcome.
My answer for that would be if no one, if anyone that I know is unappreciative of me, you was not to be in my life in the beginning. And I'm the kind of person I win for achieving and accomplishments. That's my answer. The next question.
Ultimately, it's up to you if you get the horns or not.
I'll choose. Oops. Is this a joke to you? Amanda, calm down.
Um,
What the? Then I heard something. Not in the
for that question will be I could take the horns, or I put it like this: I can live with the horns, or I can live without them. That'll be my answer right there.
a petting zoo. I want
That
to see the sheep.
stereotype
Can you help
lingers,
us find the
and
sheep? It seems like the only way
I
to move
execute it
forward is to do what
almost
she
every
wants them to.
single day.
But what if I don't?
Well,
I have to see what happened if I disobeyed.
for my stereotype,
I want to see the sheep.
what another Taurus do, I don't do. I only stick in what I know, and I'm a true diehard core fan of a Taurus. So everything that comes with it, from the letter T to the letter S, I stands up all to it. So shout out to all my male and female Tauruses, married, single. Shout out to all y'all out there.
Are you paying attention to me? There's
It
nothing.
warms my heart to know people trust me enough to open up like that.
This
Uh,
is all alone. Will you help?
I'm gonna say it like this: everybody that I know, or people that know me, or I know them,
That's not very nice. But if you
I trust some of them I don't trust. But me as of on this question here, I don't recommend nobody to open up to me
Amanda disappeared.
for anything, because I cannot help you because I gotta try to help myself. And that's my answer.
It doesn't matter what I may
Oh no.
be feeling or going through. My loyalty to others always trumps loyalty to myself.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this: once I'm loyal to you, nothing outside of my circle is important to me. And I know it has been times where I haven't been loyal to people and people haven't been loyal to me. But the older I get, I learn every day. My main word I always say is I love to learn wisdom. And I don't know how many Taurus is gonna agree with me on this or not, but if you a Taurian, you should always understand we have a old and young soul. And wisdom is the main thing that we use for a tool.
I always feel the need to be strong, one in
You can reread it.
scenario, especially emotionally, because I refuse to let anyone see the latter stubborn. Right.
What should we have to eat?
Well, in my case scenario, I have to be strong for a lot of cases and a lot of situations, because a lot of people I done seen and I done met and I done came around, some of them have been weak and not too strong. So I try to give people the best compliments or the best advice that I can give them, even though I know we can't give everybody advice and everybody don't take our advice. But I try my best to do what I can, and I am stubborn, but I feel like I'm not as stubborn as people would think, because I'm very heart-giving, heartwarming, and I got a heart of the size of Texas.
Eventually.
Because if I can't carry my own weight, how can I possibly carry theirs?
Okay, that question there would be like this: I I was not born to carry no one else's. I was born to carry mine's. And what else can I say? So all of us as humans, we should not be able to carry no one else's. We shouldn't be able to carry no one else's issues and problems besides carrying our own. Because if we didn't come in the world with one, if you came in the world with more than one, then that's a different story. But if you came in the world as one, you have your own responsibility and you have to look out for yourself. Now that's my answer.
Or you know dang well you don't need that jacket on.
I have routines for everything I do because it helps me stay organized and less stressed. As most tutorials do.
I don't think I have no routine. I don't think I do, but if I do, I probably will have to get back with y'all on this question. But I done learned. I just take day by day. For me to start planning and making ideas, it always turns out for a bad disaster for me. So I just go day by day. That's my answer.
Change what is required is something I tolerate, especially when it something I'm not in control
Uh, well, if I'm not in control of it, I let it play itself out, or I let somebody else pick it up and deal with it.
It helps me mentally and physically prepare for my day to day, and it's significantly less stressful than it would be without a routine or plan.
Dang. See, these questions that I found, they are really good questions, and I'm glad I did pick these questions out. For this answer here would be, um, well, for my mental and physical, I do go through stress and things at times, and I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. But I do try to do things to make things less stressful for me. And by meaning, that means talking to Mr. Edwards and he keeping me on track. Give a shout out to him.
I imagine I'm definitely not that feels that way either.
I am imaging a difficulty. No, a definition. No, I am imaging.
Imagine that I'm not different, definitely. I imagine I'm not definitely that only Taurus either.
That feel ways. Uh oh wow. See y'all still y'all keep on hitting me with these questions. But I decided to do these so I'm gonna take full responsibility. Um I probably would have to agree with a lot of the other Tauruses, in ways in lives and in challenges that we have to face as Taurians, but we also have to face as humans in real life. The next question.
It's not fair for me to discriminate against all because of one bad apple. Y'all probably wouldn't claim anyway.
And on this one right here, I'm gonna probably try to break it down best way I can. Nobody can judge no one. I don't care who you are, where you come from, your religion, your raising, or anything. Just because one person do something bad don't makes everyone that same character. So the problem is with us as humans, we need to stop discriminating and downgrading one another and start lifting each other up. if a lot of us claim we believe in God and this, that, and other, we worship and all that, start showing it instead of doing other things, because we already live in a crazy world as it is, and a lot of us in this world, us as humans, we are the one making the world like it is today, not no one else but us. So all we need to do is just focus on what we need to do and live the best life you can, and treat
That's
people
it.
the way that they need to be treated, and love everyone no matter what. We need to kill racism. We need to kill it all, because by the end of the day, we all bleed the same and we all live the same lives. Some of us just born fortunate than others, and a lot of us out here is struggling in this world today. And if you know it or you don't, we are. Some of us can do it, some of us can't. But by the end of the day, no judges or discrimination need to be put forth. We need to pass, if we're going to pass laws, we need to pass the actual correct laws instead of passing laws that is foolish and unclassified and unconsiderate. Now, next question.
A simple theologically, an opinion is like an asshole. Everyone has 1 and 9 times out of 10. It's shitty to someone.
Oh, wow. Dang, what can I say?
It's always shitty to someone.
Y'all, that was Mr. Edwards, by the way. He said it, I didn't. Theological. It's basically probably what I just said on the last question, but we gotta start looking. We gotta start looking at things very different. And I hope a lot of Taurians that once I done did this video, I hope a lot of y'all would understand and y'all would get it, because I am very family oriented. And people around me can tell you I fight hard for family. Yes, I have my other half as known as Mr. Edwards. But we don't put our personal business out here, but we strive every day to do the best that we can. And he can speak upon on his behalf, but we do everything that we can for our children and for our families. Do you agree, Mr. Edwards, or no?
Oh, yes, I do.
So we strive for the best, and we, as me and him would say together, we try to look for the best in people. Even though a lot of people don't have the best interest for you or the best interest around you.
Just have to look in yourself.
Yes, look in yourself and you will find it yourself. So I'm going to say something that Mr. Edwards always said. If you write down the word family and friend and use the last 3 letters of family and the last 3 letters of friend, what will be your outcome? And his favorite slogan is, wish it, want it, do it. Coming from Mr. Edwards. He always say that. But I'm going to go to the next question.
But personality, I don't need to chase labels or have 6 figures in the bank for me to achieve that.
Yes, money is not everything. Even though I do say a lot of times that I do need money, I know that I do. The reason why I say it because right now I'm unemployed and I got to find a way to make income, because where I'm at now, and I'm going to throw this out here and I hope someone will be able to see this, but I had a job last year and the year before last, and then somehow the company let me go. And I felt that I was a good worker and a good candidate for the position. But I I just decided and said, if I can't get a job, I'll just do YouTube videos, questions. I would eat and I would try new things, and I know I have a good support system behind me that will cheer me on. But my passion is really to sit in front of a camera and do videos and answer questions and let you a little bit into my life, but not as much, because I just look at it as my life that I create outside of this camera is different than what I come on here. Even though y'all hear me speak of some things of my life, but right now I am in a happy space for right now, and I just hope and pray that my videos that I do, because I really try to be serious and I do like to do fun things and have family fun. But when I do things like this, I want to be on a serious note. And I want to continue to do YouTube much as I can, long as I live. Because this is something that I just love to adore doing when I feel like it or when it's just on my mind. What's the next question?
The more I study astrology, signs, traits, common behavior, ethic, the more I realize I couldn't be anything else.
Yes, I have studied it, and I do get tarot readings. I have got all into that, so a lot of things that I hear, like on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, and all the social media platforms, I listen to them, and a lot of things apply to me. Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of them. Majority of the things apply to me, and a lot of them don't apply. Cause every Taurus is different in our own way, meaning facial features and structures. Some is into astrologies and want to know things and this that, and some is not. But I'm into it because I want to know what are all the things that will bring all the things that will bring that will come out for me. And I know that I do change, I do develop differently, in different astrologies. Some things apply, some things don't apply. I'm trying to make it would make sense. Okay, go ahead. There's no doubt.
There's no doubt I'm stubborn, and if I try to deny it, I'd burst into laughter before finishing the sentence.
I'm not gonna say I'm stubborn. I just have my ways and have my times and my moments. But if y'all want to consider this as stubbornness, then okay, I'll take it. But I don't feel, and I would never deny that I'm stubborn. Cause if I be honest, I got ways like my mother. Give a shout out to my mother, and I got ways like my father that is deceased and no longer here. Dad, I love you, and I will love you always and forever. And you are with me through the good and through the bad. And y'all can see I'm getting very much emotional because die hardcore, I'm a daddy's girl. And then plus my dad's, plus me and my dad share the same month. We share May together. Not only him, but my grandmother. And that is a special thing to me. And my dad was like my best friend. So anyone that has lost a parent, a mother or a father, either you a mother's girl or a father, we know what the struggle is like. Because I have lost several family members from January to now and previous in the past. And Daddy, oh God. I can just get on here all day and do a video about my dad, and I can tell y'all a whole lot of things, but My mom, I could tell y'all things about her too. Like, I'm just gonna say this about my mom, and then I'm gonna get on with my finish my questions. But my mom, me and her, we bump heads. Yes, we do. But by the end of the day, I love her. She's a hard worker. She have her own ways. But I'm not as a mama's girl like I used to be. Because when I grew up, I was a mama's girl at first before I became a daddy's girl. And my mom taught me some things, but I also had to learn things on my own. Because I always got the quote by her, my grandma, and all of them that my grandma, she's no longer here either. But I always got the quote and was told to me, I'm not gonna be here forever. So you gotta enjoy me while I'm here. And you gotta learn the lessons while I'm here because when I'm gone, you're on your own. So since my father's not here, I have learned a half of a lesson. My mother is here and that's a God give blessing for me. That she's still here and I pray, Lord, that God and I pray that I would love to see her live to see 90 or 100, my mother. Because when my dad, I wish he would have lived to see a lot longer, but God took him home because God knew what was best. And God took a lot of my family members home because he knew what was best. But I want all them to know that's not here on the face of the earth, I love you always and forever. And y'all always with me, no matter what. And I know y'all watch down upon me. Y'all see me. Y'all see the good and the bad that I do. But y'all know what I always try to strive for. Rest in heaven, well that I know that y'all are. Next question.
Taurians are also seen as greedy and money hungry, and though that's harsh, I have to agree to any extent.
Well, for this Taurian, I'm not money hungry or I'm not money greedy. I'm going to use Mr. Edwards for a prime example on this question here. He can speak on it at any given time. But me and him both, we have incomes. Yes, we do. Um, but when I first met him and he first met me, I made it clear to him, it's not about money with me. It's about building and achieving and accomplishments and connections with me. Yes, it's a lot of money. I'm going to say not only for Taurians, but it's for other zodiac signs as well. It's a lot of us, but even it don't have to be zodiac sign. It could be just real life that I'm going to speak here. And I'm basically going to speak on real life. It's a lot of people that is money hungry. The reason why, because a lot of them is less unfortunate. Or it's the way that they got taught and raised. See, me, I got raised by two males, two women's. So the way that they raised me and taught me, because we got raised up military style. Give a shout out to my grandfather, but he's no longer here. He passed away a long, long time ago. But the way that we got raised is not how others got raised. And the way that we carry ourselves and we do, it shows. Yes, we get out of hand. Yes, we, do things that we shouldn't do. But who is here to say to judge anyone? You cannot. All I can say is money rules all evil. And money has blood on it, if we know it or not. Next question.
Personality I give the stereotype is 100% true. In general, it's 100% true.
What you get from me is what you see. And yes, it can be 100% accurate, but it depends on the circumstances and it depends on the situation.
Personality, I stay strong, will, or at least attempting to do so because I know others are dependent on me to be.
Uh, oh, yes, I stay strong. And is anyone dependent on me? I'm not quite for sure on that, but if someone is, I'm gonna be honest with you on this app right here. If you dependent on me, I'm about to do better than what I'm doing. But I would really prefer for you not to depend on me because if you're not my child and you're not my husband, don't suspect to get anything out the deal. The next one.
Likewise, I have many people depending on me for uh, multitude of things, and the last thing I want is to let them down.
If I told a person something and they depended on me to do it, I might not do it right then and there, but I'm gonna do it. But don't suspect for me to just get it done immediately. Like the last question I just said, if you're not my husband and you're not my children, don't depend.
Thank you to the Redditor that contribute this. Y'all never disappoint.
Yes, on this y'all never disappoint because y'all came. Y'all okay? This website came with questions that maybe all zodiac signs, but maybe people in general probably need to sit back and study and think and come up with the best answers that they can come up with. And all I can say, just be proud of who you are and who you about to become. If you was a horrible person previous then, I got confidence that you'll be a better person.
It's okay, though plankton can be an honorary terrorist in my book.
A plankton. Um, wow, I laughed about this question. Uh, okay, plankton. Okay, so, um, yes, I can be brutally. Yes, I can be rude, and but it's gonna have to be on the right circumstance for me to be rude. But most of it all, I don't like to be rude, and I don't like to be disrespectful. But people in this world, that's how they are. So I do be a plankton probably like 80% of the time, or if it's less than.
Being a May Taurus, I can confirm I always want to be heard and never stop talking to reflect that.
Yes, and I think I would say yes to this because I get it from my mom. But I have to understand and realize it's not all about me. As y'all can hear me say in my videos, it's not about me, it's about more than just me. But I am a proud honorary Taurus. So I appreciate a Aquarius mother that matched up with a Gemini father and made a beautiful Taurus.
On the other hand, the Taurians aren't pushover by any means.
Oh, trust and believe. I have been a pushover, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know when I come on this app, I gotta be brutally honest. I have been a pushover for people, and I don't like to be pushed over, but I have been there before. I've been there. The next one.
It doesn't mean they're a pushover. doesn't express themselves, it just means they're just careful, especially around you.
Yes, and I do get vibes and different energy and different swings for from different peoples. So, um, but just don't look at me as a pushover because I'm just a original country girl that loves life and love to enjoy it while I'm here. That's basically who I am. I'm not all with the all that. Like I dress up, I get my hair done every now and again. This, that, and other. But majority, you're gonna see me looking like this or however that however that you see me, and it's just me being original.
My bad attitude surfaces in record time if someone dares to say that I'm selfish.
Well, I have got called selfish, so yes, I am selfish, but I'm selfish behind my family, and I'm selfish behind my belongings. That's honesty.
I'll take notes on observe from the sidelines until I'm present with the just right moments.
I'm gonna be honest with this. I never been a observer person because I never have been. But now that I'm starting to just be, it's something really to focus on at times. But I have seen a lot of things. So maybe I probably lied to myself and I probably have been observing, but I just feel like me as a person, I feel like I don't have time to be observing other things because I have to focus on the things that I need to do in life, and worrying about others is not gonna get me and my family where we need to be at.
From a astrological standpoint, Venus loves when it crosses paths with Taurus because it feels more at home.
Um, that's that question would be, yeah. So if you ever probably experienced anything, yes, it'll make you at home. But I would love to go to Venus just to get the feel of what it's like. Because all these different earthly signs and all these different things that we have learned throughout school and throughout years, and they told us about these things, I would love to visit Venus one day. And I pray before my time is up on the face of the earth, I would get that opportunity.
In hindsight, I can see where this might have happened with myself or time or two or 20. Who's counting?
Wow, Mr. Edwards, I mean, I want to ask you on this question of this one, but Lord, because um, well, I'll say it has happened to me for, I don't want to put my age up here, but it has happened to me for some years. And it has happened to me several times. I can't give you relationship advice or give you anything that I wouldn't give myself. I'll have to give it to myself first before I give it to someone else. What's the next question?
In regards to loyalty, we want someone who understands and respects our loyalty with loved loved ones, and we respect that the same loyalty is reciprocal.
Okay, gotta go back. This gotta go back to family. When you grow up and you start building the right things and using the right equipment and the right tools, things will be understanding. But when you don't grow up and raised right, loyalty will never be a priority. So I'm gonna say for Mr. Edwards and the 3 bundle of joys that we have together, we have to build daily. Cause we not me, him, and the children. We are not perfect at all. By now mean necessary. But we discuss things and we talk about things where we lacked, where we need to fix and where we need to build and where we need to make a better photo. So would anyone understand that? They probably wouldn't besides us because we know us and we know what we do on the daily. Okay. It seems to be wanting to signify
It seems to me one
signify
significant others to
recipient recipient
reciprocate your efforts and your relationship isn't too big of an ask.
Mr. Edwards, you want to answer this question or do you want me to answer? Do you want to answer it or do you want to answer it or do you want me to answer it?
I want you to answer.
But what could I say?
I don't know.
What could I say? Okay, well, since he don't want to give no answers, even though he part of the video, but it's okay though. What can I say? What can I brutally, honestly say? Relationships is really not hard. Whatever you bring into it, that's the way it should end. And I'm gonna say it like this: it's a lot of marriages, a lot of, hooking up and being together, type of people can't never keep nothing together because everybody out here is flying for everybody. If you want to build a actual die-hard core relationship, I'm sorry for me to sound like that, but if you want to build a relationship, I'm finna try to give you my best advice that I can. Write down the word relationship. This is for married people, single people, or people that's together without being married. And this is coming from someone that came from a 15-year relationship, and I had my ups and my downs. But I'm going to give you my advice. Write down the word relationship. Separate each word. You can put an equal or line or whatever you want to put in it. Put your brain to the actual educational knowledge studies and figure out what words do you want to put there. Because I feel like this in here. A lot of us was not built for a relationship. The way you build for a relationship is when you grow up and the way that you carry and you do things. Men's and women's, we look at each other in ways that we probably don't see. But you got to build yourself up for these type of things. Of course, we're going to have ups and downs. We're going to have disagreements. We're going to have, all type of things. But an actual relationship, you don't have to fight for nothing or do all this extra stuff that, we hear people say and this, that, and other. Relationships is very easy if you know how to go by it.
A bonding by the root.
And as Mr. Edwards said, what did you say? Say it again.
A bonding by the root.
A bonding by the root.
Number one.
So a bonding by the rules.
When you first meet that person, you talk to her or him. You meet. You don't just casually hook up with that person. You got to get to know him. And then you got to know yourself. Become friends, not just quickly hook up with them. Then y'all just stay friends for a while until y'all are ready and know that y'all are ready for a relationship.
A committed relationship, yes. And I'm going to say it like this, and this is not judging. But women's and men's, we have to be real with one another. Because our problem is that we have now.
Real with yourself.
Right. As Mr. Edwards said, you got to be real with yourself. But I'm going to say it like this because I done been through things. Mr. Edwards been through things. Other people have been through things. But all I'm going to say is this right here. A lot of us been in this world, was born before a lot of us. And some of us came after. And a lot of us have went down the same road path. I'm going to speak for a man. I'm going to speak for a woman. But I can't speak for everyone. These just coming from my words, from my thinking, from my experience, and everybody else's experience. And Mr. Edwards, he got his own experience. He can tell you. But this is my thing. If you're going to lie to a woman on day one, ain't no point of you coming into her life wasting it. And if she gonna lie to you, ain't no point of her coming into your life wasting it. The point about it is with all of us as humans, we wasting each other's lives, lying to one another. Because a lot of us, we marrying people for stability and different things. We doing things that we shouldn't do. Why do you think we get so much criticism? Things happening to us. Like I just said about the relationship thing. If you're going to be serious with someone, you got to actually be serious. But if you want to be the kind of person, and what I'm about to say, y'all probably going to come for me on this, but I have to be honest. If you're not the material that you want to settle down and you just want to be freely for everyone, please make it be known. Because in the world we live today, it's been so many generations that people doing hookup and drop-offs. I'm going to use a term that my mother told me some months ago or some weeks ago. You become a part-time woman or a part-time man to individuals. Because you not the material that they want. You just the material. They want you for your body and for your mouth. And I'm not going to get graphic, but I'm just saying. And it's a lot of us in this world that we have been in predicaments like that. But I always say, when you are blessed by God to have a relationship, to have a marriage, to have a person to love you, don't take it for granted. Don't even take advantage of it. Because guess what? By the end of the day, you're going to reap what you sow. So my beliefs is, even though people say when you leave the world you get judged, I'm going to say it now. We get judged when we alive, and we're going to get judged when we go back home. The world is just our second home. Our actual home is with God. And if you don't know God, I don't think you ever will. And the problem is with us, we need to know God more than ever. Yes, I go to church. I ain't gonna say I go faithfully, but I go when I have to go. But I love God, and that's what I need to know. But I know a lot of people gonna probably come for me on that, but I'm not putting you out there, and I don't want to say, well, she's calling me a hoe. It's none of that. Excuse me, and I don't,
No, the thing is,
and I don't want people to come for me on it. I want you to understand on my YouTube page, I have to be real with people. Because if you ask me any questions, I have to be real. Being real with someone builds a better relationship and a better trust. And that will let people know, okay, she's serious, she's honest, she's this or she's that. But it don't have to be about me. It can be about anyone. But like I say, trust and honesty is the biggest key to life. Besides surviving. And surviving is another. So we have to sit back and educate ourselves. I don't care if you're young or you old. We have to educate ourselves every day as we are here. Because the day that we leave and go back home, we're not going to be able to take nothing with us or even do anything because we're going to be living a different life. So treat people the way that they deserve to be treated. And a lot of us women, we need to start doing as I see on a daily basis on these social media platforms. You got a lot of brown-skinned American women. I'm not gonna call us black because we're not. We brown. I seen a lot of women that have events and programs here trying to lift up brown-skinned women. I am one to lift up my own kind and lift up the opposite kinds. Because by the end of the day, we all of all races. I don't care what color you are. You beautiful inside and out to me. I don't know about others, but you're beautiful inside out to me. But we as women have a job and have a duty. The same way that a man has a job and a duty. Don't beat each other down. Keep confidence with each other. Love one another. If you related or you not. Keep tight bonds with the people that you need. You don't need bonds with everybody. Do you have anything to say?
like when people go to church and they don't tell the truth about themselves, that means you lying to God and you lying to yourself. When you in a relationship, it's the same thing. If that person can't trust you, ask yourself this: can you trust yourself? If you lying to that person, you lying to yourself.
And that's basically similar to what I was just saying. Because I'm going to say this, and Mr. Edwards can agree. So last night, we were on FaceTime together. And I was scrolling through something on social media. Because every night and every morning, I get up and I get on TikTok and I listen to morning prayers. And then I listen to night prayers when I go to sleep. To pray for just that day. So I already get I get my blessings. And my day started like that. So me and him was on this TikTok and we were looking at zodiac things. Because, see, he's a Capricorn, I'm a Taurus. And they brought up 2 Bible verses. And me and him, we read the Bible verses. And he was like, well, I'm sitting here studying, trying to think. So I read his and he read mine. And it was like, oh, okay. You know, once you read that, I can give y'all the Bible verses. But y'all can read them if you want to. But what was your Bible verse?
Psalms 69, verse 2.
Okay, so Mr. Edwards, if y'all heard him, if you didn't, the verse that he read last night was Psalms 69, verse 2. And the verse that I read was Psalms 33, verse 1. And if me and him both can speak, that we are gonna speak on this. It basically summed up our lives, not as us being together, but us as an individual. And what we both got out the message is something that probably destroyed us and damaged us before we met one another. So you just have to really understand when it comes to the Bible and it comes to life.
What it was really explaining was like, even though you are going through rough times, you should still praise God. At your good times and at your bad times.
Exactly. So when you down and you don't have nothing, and people want to down talk you and downgrade you and belittle you, you just look at them and say, you know what? You wouldn't be in the predicament that you in right now if you didn't have this. And see, the thing about it with us in this world, we always looking for assistance. We don't know independence. And another thing I'm finna do is how a lot of men's taking care of a lot of women's and how a lot of women's taking care of a lot of men's. Now, I'm not throwing no shots at no one. I'm just speaking in life in general. Because I'm the kind of person, from my grandma to from my mom to my grandma to my dad to my whole family. So give a shot.
You just need to know that God is your assistance.
Right. So from the Johnsons to the Stancils on both sides and the Edwards. But all I'm going to say is I always believe living by yourself. I never believed living with someone. Reason why I would say that is because a lot of us is not ready. Because I'm the kind of individual of, I'm going to use Mr. Everett for a prime example. If I met him and I didn't have nothing, I would want to get something if I knew he had something. Because I'm going to say it like this. If I met him and he put me in a place, how would that make me look as a woman? That he's taking care of me. I'm in his territory. So, I'm not going to call it lazy, but I'm going to say, if Mr. Edwards helping me, I got the right to help him. So, the agreement that me and him have, we split it down the middle. We come down the middle with everything. No matter if I get mad at him, he get mad at me. He disagree with me, I disagree with him. But by the end of the day, it's down the middle. If we build something together, we're going to start from ground up. I got a portion, he got a portion. So that makes the residence we live in, it makes both of ours. And that's where we need to start learning if we want to be married, couples, whatever you want to be. Start thinking from ground up, but you got to have the right person in your life that wants to do this. You just can't do this with no random anyone. Because a lot of people, like they always say, some people come in your life to destroy it, to damage it, and leave you hurt. I didn't experience it. Miss Edwards experienced it. My family members on both sides has experienced it. And it's not a good feeling at all. Because when we thought what we had, it was not for us. And every day I learned. Mr. Edward learned every day. So it's not no book on anything. All it is educational knowledge that gets you through life. And if you ain't never heard this is the first time you ever hearing it from someone like me that's still learning, still struggling, but making the best of what I have. We got 2 more questions to go. I was brutally honest and they didn't like what I had to say. Didn't I just read that question?
No, that's the last question.
No, the last question, it said it sounded more like, okay. So, the next question was, I was brutally honest and they didn't like what I said. Well, as I said once before, if no one don't like what I say, I don't ask you and I don't beg you for anything. I'm just gonna speak what I know. I'ma only speak facts of my knowledge and my educational level. From Head Start to high school and some part of my college classes. So that's how I'm gonna speak on it. Anything else, take it to the trash and let the trash man deal with it. The last question is, you gonna read it or you want me to read it?
You ready?
Okay, the last question. Mr. Edwards got tired, y'all. He done literally got tired. Even though y'all didn't probably hear him a lot, but he really got tired. So the last question is, it sounds more like their problems than mine if I am being honest. Yes, we can say yes, it's problems, and we can say it's problems. Yes, it is. Everybody have problems. Everybody have issues. But we need to turn our problems and issues into success. Come up with a label. Come up with something. If you can't help yourself, try to help someone else, maybe.
Yeah. A lot of people might say that they're not going through no problems, but everybody got problems somewhere.
Yes, as Mr. Edwards said. We all got problems. Now, if I meet someone that say they ain't got no problems, I know they lying. Because trust and believe, we all go, I put it like this. Use a clock, for example. It started at 12 o'clock and it rises back up to 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. Through them times of the hours, you're going to have some type of problems. You're going to wake up and have a good day one day. You're going to wake up and have a bad day. Something's going to happen. Something's going to go wrong. Or you're going to get a bad phone call. Anything. Do we suspect these things? No, we don't. But this is just part of life. This is actually part of life. And the way I look at it, it's a lot of us that cannot deal with it. Because a lot of us, we like to commit suicide. We like to harm each other. Do all type of things. Why do you think now we got a lot of people in prison? And I pray for people that go to prison, even though I know that people need to realize that's a bad choice and decision. Going to jail is not a good place. Getting in trouble is not a good idea.
Number one, everybody got problems. All you gotta do is just walk outside.
Problems is in, I don't care what state, what town, from if you're from the country, from the city, from wherever, you is gonna have a problem.
All you gotta do is walk outside. Look how many people going to jail. Look at how this world is now.
Yes, exactly like Mr. Edwards said. Look at the people, yes, going to jail. I'm going to come out and say this that I probably never said on my YouTube page. But every time a person passes away, I don't know if I'm kidding you, not kidding you, whatever the circumstances. I'm saying this now, and I might say it again in another video. But when a person passes away, they leaving messages behind. If you don't pick up the messages, the day that they leave this world, you will always be lost. And a lot of us in this world, we lost. And as my brother Lamian said, and my sister Veronica said one day, we in the last days of our lives. And when they said this to me, and they said this to other people, because they got God in their hearts too. And it's like this. When people say you in your last days, you better listen now instead of waiting to the last minute. Because my brother told me this some years ago. This world is going to get destroyed one day. And my brother did not lie. That this world one day is going to get destroyed. But this world is already destroyed now. It's us being on humans. Of us humans destroying it on the daily. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this with pride. If you don't stay in the Bible and don't stay with God, but you stay with these worldly things, you never gonna make anything out of life. Now I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I grew up, I wanted to be married immediately. I wanted to get the lifestyle that I wanted. I wanted everything in the world. But the way that my life journey went, it did not go that way. Now where I'm at, I'm slowly, gradually getting myself together. But I'm never perfect. But I wanted to be, I always wanted to grow up and be perfect. I never wanted to sin. I never wanted to do wrong. But I did do wrong and I did do sin. And if I be honest, I probably did about 30 to about 70% of sin. Most people probably wouldn't, confess this or own up to this, because a lot of people done did 100% and probably $1 million worth of sin. See, my sin is on the average. My sin is not blowed up and exploded. Mr. Edwards, he have sin too. He not perfect either. He got issues too.
Nobody is perfect.
But he take day by day. And I take it day by day.
Everybody got to see it like this. It's two different kind of gods.
Exactly.
It's a God in heaven, and it's a God down there in the ground. Which God are you going to? Which God are you praising?
And as they always say, do you want to go to heaven? But like Mr. Edwards said, you got a God up above and you got a God underground. So, as the terminology will be, do you want to go to heaven or do you want to go to hell? Because if you know, if we read in the Bible and we know, we're going to turn into ashes if we go to hell. If we go to heaven, we're going to get our wings. But I feel like this is just my earthly opinion. I feel only certain ones get their wings, not everyone. Even if we do go to heaven. You got to do good deeds and do things for people to graduate from this world. Because when they always say at funerals, this person has completed the race. This person have graduated and got their wings. We not quite for sure because we don't know because we wasn't there.
Sometimes you can have sin in your life, but sometimes you can turn your life over.
Yes.
And you can complete your journey.
And I believe a lot of us in this world that still left here. I don't know how many of us in this world left. If I can just get on my other phone real fast and calculate how many people still, in this world, but the way I look at it as if God still got you here, it's time.
Take you away just like that.
Yes. So if you still here, God is giving you chance after chance after chance. When we sit around and give each other chances, us as humans, we don't give each other many chances as God give us. God give us way more chances than we ever would even think of. So I'm saying it for me and I'm saying it for others. We got to get ourselves together. If you don't got it together now, you never will. But I'm going to say it like this. Even if you don't got your life together, God's still going to accept you for who you are. Because a lot of us, and probably even, and I can't speak on the dead, but I always speak on the dead and alive. It's probably a lot of people that passed away, they probably weren't together. They probably didn't have it together. They probably didn't get it together. But God took them home because God realized they sicknesses and their conditions was worsening, and God didn't want them to suffer no more. If God don't like us to suffer when we alive, I know He not going to want us to suffer when we leave this world. So we just got to understand and realize, people, this is life. We can't jump ahead of the next one. Just because they live like this and this one live like this, don't mean it. Everybody is not fortunate to live the best way they can. You have to live day by day, take it day by day. We got a lot of homeless, like actual homeless people out here. There are people claiming that they homeless, that they not, because they got relatives, they got people that they can live and go stay with. You got to actually sit around thinking, when you become homeless, it's a test for others. Like me, I don't even have my own residence. I'm back at my mom's. But I strive and fuss every day because I want my own. Because I don't believe in living off of family. If my mother was here, she would tell you. Out of all my siblings, they could tell you. I'm not the kind of person that I like to live off of family. I don't. But if I have to, I got to understand, hey, this is where I got to be for right now. Until I can get on my feet.
I'm 31 years old and I ain't never had my own residence.
And Mr. Edwards is younger than me, you guys. So don't come for me and say, oh, you a cougar. Because I am older than him. I'm actually older than him. But yeah. But don't put my age out there. But we've been on here for an hour and some minutes. And I'm going to upload this video. But I just hope and pray that everything that I said to someone, I hope this will inspire you, help you, make you a better person, even if you want to be or you don't. I'm not here to judge you because I can't make you turn and be no better, because I'm not no better myself. All I do is spread love, and I love everyone. I don't discriminate. I'm not racist. I'm not none of that. I love everyone as my own. I don't care if we not related. You can be related to me. You can be kin to me. Whatever. I just love everyone. And at the last end, I love Mr. Edwards, and I love our children. And we're gonna keep our family strong, no matter what. And I can talk about Mr. Edwards too, but I'm not going to. But, well, I'm going to say one more thing, then I'm going to let it go. But Mr. Edwards, if I be honest with you, I appreciate everything that you do for me, even though I get mad and angry and frustrated with you. But I appreciate you for...
Even though I put you through hell sometimes.
Yes, he do put me through hell, and I put him through hell. But if I be honest and truthful, you guys, we not trying to put our personal business out there. But I do love him, and I appreciate him. And he stepped up in my life when I lost my father. And that's the biggest gift that's the biggest gift that God could give me. And he been supportive of me since day one. And I'm supportive of him half of the time, not majority of the time, because he don't want me to support him, because he wants to be the man to handle what a man's supposed to do. So he try to knock me down sometimes to put me where I need to be put, because he always say, you a woman, I'm a man. But as people say, men's have it harder than us women. But I like to be equal to let a man know. Y'all was created first, we was created after, if that's accurate or not. But I want a man to know, and I want Mr. Edwards and every man to know, from my Johnson side to my Stansel side, if y'all watch my videos or don't, I don't want a man to take all responsibility. I don't want him to do everything, because I want to do it too. I want him to know I'm going to be a team player. When he struggle, I struggle. When I go through it, he go through it. Because I know back in the day, as people said, men's had to work, women's had to stay at home. But in my opinion, I don't vibe by that rule. If my husband work, I work. And that's just my opinion. So guys, I'm about to get off of this thing, because I've been on here probably too long, running my mouth so much. But I do enjoy doing these videos, and I do enjoy the things that I say. Because a lot of times, I'm going to be honest with you, I really be shocked about a lot of things that really come out of my mouth. And I'll be like, dang, like I really just said that. I must be really growing. I must be really developing. God must be really working with me. But I always say, if it weren't for God, I wouldn't be where I am. And I wouldn't be breathing. Mr. Edwards, do you have anything else to say before I shut this video off? Because I got to upload it. And I just want to all I really want to do is just inspire people. Sit at home and inspire people. And let people know. Do you got anything to say?
If you got a message out of that, if you did.
So yeah, I just
We still love y'all.
Yes. And on my page, we don't do no hatred. And we don't do negative comments.
We just try to give you guys a message.
So, if you want to be negative, don't come my way.
Just be on your own terms.
Exactly. All I want to do is spread love, positivity, and try to educate you guys, even if y'all already educated. You know, educate people that cares. Because all on my page, I'm going to have to probably change it and probably put some different stuff on it. But my page is for educational, for children and grown adults, grandmothers, grandfathers, that's here, that's not here, whatever. But I'm going to have to fix on my page and get it together. If I don't do it today, I'll probably do it another day. But I just try to deliver messages. Not trying to preach, even if people are like, well, she was preaching. Even if it sounded like preaching. I'm just trying to help brown-skinned American women, not only them, Latinos, white people, however many races in this world. I'm just trying to help people. And I'm trying to help everyone. I'm not here to harm, down talk, speak in a way that I don't need to speak. The way you see me come on here is the way you always gonna see me in person. I always said, if you don't see me with my kids and Mr. Edwards, then you will never see me with anyone else. I do have associates, but I don't fool with my associates like that. Because Mr. Edward and my kids, that's my family, my best friends, and my 24 hours, 24/7 a day. That's my crew. Even though it's how many of us? Mr. Edwards, me, Xavier, Christian, and the baby. Well, 5 of us, whatever. But it's just us. And all we want to do is inspire people and let people know if you got a job, you don't have a job. You can at least come up with some idea, something. Even if you're sitting at home. Even if you got income, you don't got income. You can think of something. But I'm about to get off of here because, as y'all can tell, I got my nephews and nieces in the background. Give a shout out to them and their mama. So, but yes, and always and no matter what, keep God first. Love your parents. If they here, they not here. If they get on your nerves, they whatever. But just always remember, God and your parents is the thing that keeps you going. Bye, guys, and I will see y'all on another video.